collects reads. So in today's video, I want to show you guys my process or new process of me picking out my next read. I was thinking about it today when I was at work and I actually started it. And you guys know I've done a couple of videos of books that I want to read. So I had this idea today of me actually reading those books. So before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so the idea that I was toiling with a little bit at work today is to write all the books down and put them in like a jar and then randomly pick them. Kind of like some of the videos on BookTube where they have like the TBR jar or whatever. Right now, I don't even want to hear TBR. Y'all already know I've been struggling with my TBR for the past how many months. I don't even have a TBR for the remainder of this year. The TBR that I do next year, I'm only putting like max 6 books, and maybe that might even be a little bit too much. But I said, you know what, I'm not going to treat this as like a TBR jar. But if I don't know what to read next, I have this jar. I'm going to put the titles of the books in here and then I can just randomly pick it. So like I said, I started some today, and what I did is I just wrote down like the title and the author. Let me show you guys the books that I have. Okay, so far these are all the books that I have. So the first is Going Toe to Toe by Yara St. John. I talked about this. This actually was an anticipated read for this year, and this is a part of a series, but you can read them like standalones. I think it's like, is it 3 or 4 girls? They call themselves the 6 Gems or Gems, something like that. I remember with her, she's a ballerina. She's gonna end up meeting a guy. I think, does he have kids? His daughter is in like her class, and that's all I know about it. Next, Jasmine Guillory, Drunk on Love. This is a popular book. Clearly she's a popular romance novelist. Everybody knows this book. Next is Blessings. I'm not even going to try to say the author's name. I do know he is Nigerian. This was a debut novel. It came out this year, and I know it's just about a young boy. His father sees him, I think, kissing a young man, and he ends up sending him to an all boys boarding school to try to get like that out of him, I guess. So yeah, y'all know how I feel about African novels, African novelists. They are the best, so I can't wait to get into this. Next is historical fiction. This is By Her Own Design by Parker Hughley. You guys know this year I read American Daughters by her. But this is about Anne Lowe. Anne Lowe was a real life woman. She was the dressmaker, seamstress, and she is the one that designed and constructed Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis' wedding gown. Also, a lot of like the old Hollywood, dresses from like Grace Kelly, that type of era. She did, design and construct that. So I wanted to learn more about her because I believe that her upbringing, like her early life, was kind of rough. I believe she was a child bride. Next, this is a YA author, and y'all know how I feel about YA. It's always a hit or miss, but this has been on my list. It is called Bear Cliff Prep by Brianna Pippins, I believe. Now, crazy enough, this is actually a series. This is the first book, and the second book just came out today. So what intrigued me to actually get this book, I remember I was at Walmart and I saw it, and of course, when I see black, covers, I'm gonna stop and look at them, right? Come on now, look at this cover. So I do know it's about 2 sisters. They go to a like elite boarding school, and one of the sisters' boyfriends, I think he did something like he had no business doing, and only the sister knows. Something kind of like that. Also, too, she's like in the shadow of her older sister because her older sister is like well known at the school. Everyone knows her, so she's kind of dealing with that. And then lastly is another historical fiction book. This is The House of Doors by Tan Tuan Ing, and this is actually talking about a real life person. It is the author, what was his name? Willie Somerset McCam. I know that he was a author from the 20s or 30s, and he was a closeted homosexual, so he was kind of withdrawn, but also they said he was kind of mean, but that's because he couldn't be like his true self. So it's kind of talking about him. He comes to his friend's house to like he's a writer, so he comes to his friend's house to like start his next book to get some inspiration, but the friend's wife, she like witnessed a murder or something like that, and he wants his next book to be like based off that, so they start a relationship, and yeah. Okay, so far that is all that I have. Now, I do want to add some more books to the jar. So first, let me put these in there. Okay, so let's start with romances because y'all know, again, still obsessed. So I have Done and Dusted. This is also a part of a series. This is the first book. Again, if I like it, I will get the second book. This is Icebreakers by Hannah Grace. You already know about Icebreakers. Everybody and their mama was talking about Icebreakers, especially on TikTok. TikTok is the reason why I got this book. So, yeah. This is Where We End to Begin by Jane Ahegro. I know I'm saying that so wrong, but she is Nigerian. And I've read two of her books. Her first book, Ties and Tethers, I believe, really loved that. Her second book, The Sweetest Remedy, didn't like it that much, but I still wanted to get like her works because I really do like her writing, and she primarily writes romance, you know, novels or whatever. So this one I know is a second chance romance, into like second chance romances. So yeah, excited about that. And then lastly is Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. I was supposed to read this this summer and didn't. And I know this Danielle Allen, she was an independent author, but she got traditionally published this year, and this is her like debut novel, you know, being traditionally published. So yeah, want to get into this. I do know this is not a second chance romance, is it? No. It says Bridget Jones' Diary meets Survival of the Thickest in Danielle Allen's Curvy Girl Summer, a smoking hot, hilarious novel about online dating. Okay, so yeah. Oh Lord, after a one night stand with her cringy ex, Aaliyah Jones has an epiphany. This isn't it. Oh Lord, it's gonna be one of those. Okay, well, I've heard good things about Danielle Allen, so really excited about that. So let me write these titles down. Okay, so have that. Now, let's see if there's any other books that I do want to read. I remember in one of my videos that I did of books that I want to read, I did include this, My Monty Cello by Jocelyn Nicole Johnson. This, I believe, is short stories. And the reason why I wanted to read this and the reason why I got it is because Monty Cello, isn't that Thomas Jefferson's plantation? And every time I think about Thomas Jefferson and Monty Cello, I automatically think of Sally Hemings. In each story, Johnson reveals intimate moments within the nation's multitudes, whether in the form of a Nigerian widow who immigrates to the States only to find herself adrift and estranged even from his children, or a multiracial woman who adopts a new tongue and name, hoping to escape her roots. United by unforgettable characters who struggle beneath burdens, inheritance, yet manage to persist and love. You know what? I think I'm gonna add this one on there. Oh girl, you gotta write this neatly now. Let's see, is there anything else that I want to read? Let me get up. Okay. There's nothing here. These are all African novels, and I basically read all these. Same thing with that. You know what? I did say in one of my videos, these two, I want to put that on there. I do want to read this. Decent People. Okay, let's go over here. I've read all that basically. That's Maya and Tony. You know what book I haven't read? And I should include it too. And I always look at it and never read. The Wedding by Dorothy West. Okay. I got some Eric Jerome Dickey. I did say that I wanted to read his first book. Is his first book Sister Sister? I gotta do some more research for that. Okay, down here is some white authors that yeah, girl, I don't think I'm gonna read any of this. You know what? I think I want to include this too. Okay, I think this is gonna be it for now because again, I don't want to overwhelm myself. Okay, so first, The Love Songs of W.E. Du Bois by Honoree Jeffers. Okay, this is a thick book. How many pages is this? Lord. But you know what? I've heard this is really, really, really good. This also was Oprah Book Club pick. 790 pages. Okay. yeah, I remember when this came out and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait because this was 2021 when it came out. Okay, next is Neighbors and Other Stories by Diane Oliver. This is a collection of short stories. Next is Sisters in Arms by Kaya Alderson. This is about Black women who served during World War II. Next is Decent People by Deshaun Charles Winslow. Now, this actually is, I don't know, it's not a sequel. If you guys have read this book, In West Mills, which, oh my goodness, this was amazing. This actually was one of our book club picks for this year for Lex Reads book club, and it was really, really good. Now, I do know there is some characters from this book that is also in this book, but these are standalone. There are some characters like, oh wait, I don't want to tell you about the tea. Some characters that I was really intrigued by that is still alive in this one. So yeah. And lastly, I said The Wedding by Dorothy West. Have not read this. This was her first book. She was a part of the Harlem Renaissance. Also, this was a TV movie starring, I know Oprah Winfrey presented it, and it was starring Halle Berry and Lynn Whitfield. Okay, here is the jar. I have all of the titles. Let's mix it up. Okay, so let's see what my next read is going to be. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. Okay, this one. It is Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. Okay, so let's pick it up. This is going to be our next read. Really excited about it. Again, I told you guys I was supposed to read this during the summertime and did not read it at all. So excited about this. Y'all know romance. I've been in this bag for a couple of months now. So yes, we are going to read this. Also, I want to share with you guys, I did start today while I was at work, shockingly. Again, y'all know I'm on another kick, which is a thriller kick. And again, thank you guys so much for the recommendations. It has really been helping me. Now, this is a recommendation that I got from you guys, and so far I'm loving it. It is All Her Little Secrets by Wanda M. Morrison. Y'all. Oh, it's just so good. It started out with a bang. Y'all knew what y'all was talking about when y'all recommended this book. So yeah, guys, that is it when it comes to this video. Again, I'm really excited about this. I picked a good book. Really excited about it. Yeah, I think this method is going to work for me. But that's all I have for you guys, and I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.